So in this video, I talk about the learning zone model by Senninger. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually a certified kayaking coach. So I was doing some research, I actually came across the learning zone model, and I really liked how it talked about the learning zone, the comfort zone, and the panic zone. So starting with the comfort zone, that's where things are familiar. It's a safe place to reflect on knowledge and experiences. So in the illustration here, the yellow dot in the middle is where the comfort zone is. And the learning zone is where you learn and grow. This is where you expand your comfort zone as you become familiar with what you learn. And lastly, we have the panic zone. That is where all your energy is spent managing fear and anxiety. This is where learning is impossible. So the comfort zone is where you have a place to reflect. The learning zone is a safe place for you to learn and grow. And lastly, the panic zone is where learning is impossible. So in the comfort zone, things are familiar. There are no risks to take. Scenario here is a person standing under a shady tree while they are on a kayaking course, not even touching the water. Moving on, we have the learning zone. So this lies just outside of the comfort zone. It's the only way for them to learn and grow. In this illustration, I show that the person is a little bit deeper into the water, but not too deep. But if you move too far from the comfort zone, beyond the learning zone, and into the panic zone, fear and anxiety starts to take over. The illustration shows that the person is in panic, like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? In reality, they will be screaming. If they see a boat, they'll try to grab onto you, or they'll just try to swim back to shore as fast as they can, maybe even traumatized and preventing them from being in a learning headspace. So the biggest takeaway for me from this was acknowledging the fact that every individual's threshold for each zone is different. It can also differ by situations. So in these illustrations, I just wanted to show you that some people might have a fairly similar comfort, learning and panic zone areas. However, some might have a really small comfort zone, so it's easy for them to get out of it into a learning zone. But it could also be possible that their learning zone is not that big of an area and it's easy to blast through it and push them too far into the panic zone. Or someone might have a really big comfort zone and small learning and panic zones. So lastly, one of the things I actually discovered along the way was that we shouldn't push someone into the learning zone. No doubt the illustrations in this video actually show you the circles with the different zones, but in reality, we never see where one person's comfort zone ends and where their learning zone ends. So you never know whether you're pushing someone straight from the comfort zone out into the panic zone. I would like to end this video with a question. How would you apply the learning zone model to your own teaching context? Let me know in the comments.